Okay, hello guys. So as you can see, there's a QR code on the screen. If you want, you can take a photo of it. You don't need to look into the website, but this QR code will lead you to the presentation that I'm going to show today, and also a downloadable installer for my Android application that I'm going to show you today as well. So just take a photo and you can look at it later. And I'll just check that everything's working. The sound is okay, right? Styleless. I guess the emoji confirms it. Okay. I'll give you like a minute. Okay, so let's start actually. So, hello, my name is Michael, and I'm going to talk about my artistic journey over the past 14 years, and eventually we'll get from me being a photographer, me being a programmer, me being a glitch app user, and currently I turned into creating my own glitch app. So that's the progression, and let's start. So yeah, like my life, ever since I graduated computer science, has been kind of split in two parts. I've always been programming, mostly at work at the start, and then some hobby projects. And I've also always been a visual artist ever since I started taking photos, which was like 2012. But those paths never merged, kind of, until last year. So, yeah, the start of my visual artistic journey is my parents asked me for an idea for a Christmas present. And I kind of randomly came up with maybe a camera. So they bought me a camera, and I didn't really know what I wanted to do with the camera. Like, I had no photo ideas, but I started walking around the city, which is Brno in Czech Republic. That's where I have lived for the past 15 years. And I started taking photos, and I got really into it really quickly. And this is one of my favorite photos that I took, but I think there's many more in the next slides. Yes. And this is just a basic showcase. I've taken tens of thousands of photos, and this is not a photo talk, but I just want you to see like where I started my visual art journey. Some photos, and also I will maybe, yeah, this is widescreen. This is probably better seen like this. And I think there's two more slides. Yeah, I mean, some more photos, just so you can see my visual style of the stuff that I was capturing. And okay, so that's the photo part. That's like 2012 to 2016 was my most intense photo period. But then in 2016, I discovered a few glitch apps, because I just bought my first Android phone. I was looking through the Play Store, and I found some. And I wanted to mention these four specifically because these are the OG glitch apps. Maybe you recognize some of them. Planogram, a really OG Russian app. Then it's Delta, written with a 3, and SLMSK. That one still works, by the way, on Android. And 8-bit Photo Lab. Absolutely amazing 8-bit app that I kind of fell in love with early on in 2016. And by the way, all of these photos, well, all of these like glitch arts are from 2016, except the selfie. I just took it 2 days ago with the app. So that was my early visual art. And as it says, I graduated computer science in 2017. I started working at a full-time job, and I wrote a lot of code, but I never thought about writing code with artistic purpose. So it was still a split tracks. But then in 2018, I went to computer art exhibition in Brno that showcased really cool early computer art from like the 60s or 70s. And it kind of looked like this, the dots specifically. So I came home that day and I was like, yo, I want to try coding this myself. So I wrote some scripts in Python and created images that look like this. It's basically just math functions visualized as dots or as like curves. This is my first programming artistic project. Still on my GitHub, by the way. Might be private, but if you want to see it, just DM me. Okay, what's here? Okay, so yeah, this is 2018, and then there's like a 6-year gap where I kind of stopped taking photos. I stopped making art. There were several reasons. I'm not going to mention them, but whatever. I kind of forgot about creating visual art and did other stuff. But then, exactly 78 weeks ago, I know because Instagram shows you, I somehow remembered the old glitch apps from 2016, and I was like, I wonder if they're still around. And they were, some of them. So I tried making something, and my first new glitch post, I specifically said, in my glitch art era, will last approximately 2 hours. And I really thought that this is just a random shit. So 78 weeks, that's like late 2024. But it kind of caught up. And then I was like, okay, I'll make some more. I wonder if they're here. Yeah, they're here. So it was actually not a 2-hour era. The era is still ongoing right now. So I'll show you some of my art from 2024 and 2025. I really like glitching, I guess, faces, portraits. These are some of my best friends, and obviously that's Osaka, that's an anime. But whatever, what's here? Yeah, these are also some text-based ones. And I'll go back because I wanted to shout out those 4 apps specifically. Vaporwave Walls, which is the Instagram name. The app is Vaporgram. Vaporgram? Yes, it's an amazing app. More than 10 years old. OneLab is probably the best glitch app on Android right now. It's incredibly deep. And I talked to the developer a lot, and he's an OG. Then there's 8-bit Photo Lab, extremely deep as well. There's a lot of, by the way, dithering in there as well. So I really understood the talk that we just heard before. And yeah, these 3. If you don't know about them already, you should check them out. It's all on Google Store on Android. Yeah, so... Huh? It's a Play Store. A Play Store, yes. Okay, so these just a showcase from my Instagram. You can find all of these on my Insta. And then, like one day in 2025, I got an idea to maybe try coding something of my own. Because I know how to code, I know how to process images, and I have a lot of, obviously, my own photos, just I never tried combining these skills together. And this is one of the first outputs of my Python code that I wrote in 2025. This is my photo. It was originally just black and white, but I just coded something, and this came out, and I was like, holy shit, I haven't seen like this type of effect in any app that I've used before. So then I was kind of hooked. I coded some more, and eventually it turned into this. I wrote so much Python code, but I was just running it locally in my PyCharm, just clicking, run, changing strings in code to get images in. But eventually I was like, I've been using so many Android apps, and I would like to be able to glitch with my code on my phone, and I would also like to enable other people to use my code and not be programmers. So I started coding. I started basically transforming my handwritten Python code that was just scripts into an actual Android application. And yeah, I guess this is time for the live demo of the app. So this is what it looks like. It's kind of crude. I'm not a UI designer, okay? The 99% of the work went into the code and not the UI, but it is fully usable. So this is how it starts up. There is one default image, so you can play with it without needing to load your images. It's one of my photos, actually. And basically, when you open it, you should just click glitch. And I'll increase the preview size. And there's a default algorithm selected, which is like a VHS algorithm. And every time you click glitch, you get out something else. And you can also increase the variant count.
People lost video on the stream.
Oh, really? Oh, okay. They lost video. Okay, just a quick check. I'll try sharing my screen again. Is it back? Also, when did it happen?
5 minutes ago. Good now.
I think
It's good now. Damn, I'm sorry, my phone turned off, so I didn't see the message. That's unfortunate. Good fam. Okay, so it's back. Okay. So you can increase the variant count, and like when you just click glitch, you didn't have to touch anything. You get a bunch of results that all have different stripes. You can see that the colors change progressively, and every time you get a different selection. So you don't really need to touch any settings to get some already pretty interesting results. And then every image in the grid has a bunch of options as well. You can literally like do image editing on it, like brightness, contrast, temperature, like the normal non-glitch settings. There's also an XDD slider that will just randomize all of them, and that's already a pretty cool glitch algorithm, but whatever. I'll click cancel because I don't like the result. Yes. There's like, what all is there? You can regenerate just a single image. So that's basically like clicking glitch, but just on that one image. You can regenerate, but keep this actually broke. Okay, there's some stuff that's broken, okay? We don't talk about that. You can edit a palette of every single individual image. You can remove colors, you can add colors. Hope that works. Yeah, that actually does work. And now maybe you really like the color palette of this first image and you want to apply it to the other ones. So you can just go here and you can apply palette to all. And it will take the palette of that image and apply it to all other images. So now you have the same colors everywhere, but different glitch, like... A question?
No.
Okay.
Just,
Good.
This is impressive.
Thank you.
This is impressive.
And that's like 0% of what's in the app, by the way. But thank you. Yes, the demo is working well. That's good. Also, you can like whatever flip, blah blah blah. And like, let's say you generated a bunch of these, and you like this one the most. Yeah, and maybe like this one. You can lock them. Like, let's look this one, let's look this one, let's look this one. And now when you click glitch, like here, it will regenerate the whole grid, but it will keep the ones that you locked. So those three will never disappear, and you can experiment again and again. And like, whatever, you can build up like hundreds of images in the grid if you have enough RAM, because it does start glitching at some point. But like, okay, I like this one, so I lock it. I like this one, I lock it. And
I have a question.
Yes.
How do you describe the effect? Like, what is the parameters you are thinking about when you are
Yes.
working in it? Like, how does it like really like?
So this specific algorithm does few things. It reduces the color palette. It does dithering. So it's literally the same that we just got a workshop for. I basically use the same dithering algorithm. I think it's Floyd-Steinman or something. So it uses that internally. And you can see there's a VHS palette size slider. So this is where you can reduce the color palette. If I click glitch now, we'll just get 2 colors. If I increase it to 16, we get like something that looks almost like the original image. So it takes the 2 most prevalent images, colors from the original image. And then it does the striping effect, which is it basically, you can select the minimum number of stripes, the maximum number of stripes, and the minimum and maximum height. And then for every iteration of glitching, it will randomly take not a square, but a rectangle, and it copy-pastes it somewhere else. And then it does it 8 to 20 times. But every single image will get a different copy-paste. So if I really max it, we'll get a lot of stripes. If I minimize it, we'll just get a few stripes. And there's also an upscale factor, which is basically pixelation. So if I upscale it by 9, you'll get really pixelated images. If I downscale it to just 1, it will be the full resolution. And that takes longer, obviously, so I'll just keep it high. There's also palette variation, is basically the color, the red, green, and blue channels will shift by a small amount in every iteration. And with this palette vary slider, you can control by how much the colors will change. So if I put it to something really high, basically every image will have a different palette. If I put it to something really low, the transition will be kind of smooth. Of course, you can click save on every individual image in the grid. It will just save it as an image file. You can delete individual grid cells. And everything that I just showed you, if you go to menu, which is the top right button, it's just one of 37 different algorithms that's in the app. And every single algorithm will do something else to the image. I can show you maybe the original one, because that was my first glitching code, actually. You can see it has much more parameters. They're all cryptically named. Even I don't fully understand what many of them do, but let's click glitch on this. And you can see this really geometric pattern. But I mean, some concepts still apply. There should be there's still a palette size slider. There's sliders for red, green, and blue channels. There's some vertical variations, some horizontal variations. There's a lot. Yeah, you can experiment with them. It gives different results. Also, since changing the sliders by hand is not too much fun at the start, you can just click randomize forever and just see what these parameters do, randomize. Sometimes it's just shit. Some of the parameter combinations don't really work. Clicked something. Sometimes it's mostly, but this is nice, right? This is a pretty cool effect. Actually, let me save one of them and show it to you full screen. hopefully I don't, actually, I'm probably not going to open my gallery because I'm not sure what's in there. Maybe if I click edit, it will make it bigger. So you can see there's like stuff going on multiple levels. Yeah. Reset, cancel. Another thing that I want to show you is let's generate a bunch of them. Like even more maybe. I will save these because I like them, and I will unlock them and delete them because they don't really belong in this sequence. Unlock, delete, delete. Now we have like something that looks a little bit cohesive. Let's say we want to make an animation of all of these, right? Like a GIF or a video. That's in the app. You just go to the menu, and I put this here. And there's a full video export engine in the app. You can select frames per image. Let's just put it to 2, because that usually looks the best. There's a bitrate slider. There's repeats, because usually, you have 30 images at 30 FPS. That's 1 second of video. So there's a repeat number, and it always recalculates the animation length in here. So as you drag the repeats, you'll get like 28 seconds of video at the end. And now, actually, let's forget what this is. I will export, and it will do its thing. And it will give you like a prompt at the bottom, so you can go directly to your gallery and view the file. Yeah, open in, I guess, gallery, just once. And you have a full video. It's an MP4 file. You can just post it on Instagram. So that's one video export function, but there's also, I really like grid animations. So basically taking the frames we already have, but put them like in a rainfall motion in a grid. It's an Instagram filter as well. Well, you can like do that on Instagram, but you can also do it in the app. So just like here, we have a video export section. Here's a grid animation section. And you can select so we have a wide image. So we want like 3 width and like maybe 5 for height. So it will be 3 by 5. We can select spacing, and basically we don't need to touch much else. We just export the same glitches as a grid animation, and we should get like a rainfall type of vibe. Let's see if that works. Where's gallery? Let's just do maybe this. Yeah, and you get this. So it like goes and goes and goes through all of those images. And if this looks like too regular to you, you can also randomize the duration of each cell. So let's just like crank it to like 200. Let's reduce frames per image to get the most difference, and let's export again. And this should be much more interesting, actually. Gallery. Okay, these don't have too much contrast between them, so it doesn't look too much different, but if you stare at every cell, sometimes the image stays for a long time, and sometimes they're just flicker. So this is probably shown better with a different set of images, but that's what you can do in the app. And okay, let's see. I mean, there's a lot of settings, but the menu is mostly about video export and algorithm selection. Like, algorithm is the glitch algorithm. It's the code that transforms your original image in some way to make the glitched image. I think that's, okay. Also, you have presets. Like, whatever you select here as the sliders and whatever you select in the menu, you can save it as a preset. And then there is a preset manager. Oh, actually, did I save it? Yeah. I'm not sure why it's not here. It should be here. No, actually it is here, yeah. And you can, if you are really nerdy, you can straight up change the JSON file and you can put numbers into here that you cannot input through the app, which sometimes breaks it, but sometimes it actually does work. So, and you can also save this to your edit. Yeah, I mean, you can just straight up, copy this text and send it to your friend on Telegram, and they can load in the JSON and have your preset. So yeah, that's presets. Did I miss anything? I think we have 5 more minutes. So this is the showcase. Let's go back to the presentation. And what's here? Yeah, a live demo. We did that. This is an example. I think this is the code for the original algorithm. It's not all of it because it doesn't have palette manipulation, but yes, this is the original code that's in the app. And the other algorithms have like a variation on this, but with different yeah.
Is this like shader?
Sorry?
Is this like shader coding?
Shader?
Yeah. What kind of...
No, I straight up iterate through every pixel of an image and apply this function to every pixel. Yeah. I'm not sure if that qualifies as a shader or not.
I think it is.
Because I don't know about shaders too much, but it's literally pixel per pixel iteration. Yeah, and here's your turn. I was like thinking about basically discovering the glitch community in 2024 and 2025. Really, I mean, it accompanied me in some dark times, and I was really happy to see all of your art on Instagram, obviously art of people who are not even here. There's like hundreds of them. But I was broke back then. Now I'm not broke anymore. So I want to give back to the community a little bit. So I came up with a challenge for anyone, people who are here, people who see the posts on Instagram. So the challenge is this. I want you to try to glitch the default image that's in the app. So you just need to load the app. This image is already there. And you can do whatever. You can do image, you can do a series of images, a video. Just, I want you to only use this app and nothing else. So no post-processing, and just be creative. And the submission process is basically you post it on Instagram, or like if you don't have Instagram, you can email me, but I think most visual artists have Instagram. You tag me as a collaborator and you use this hashtag, just so I can search for it quickly. Also, you don't really need to tag me as a collab. I'm not sure how many people will try, so we'll see. But just use this. Oh, I know, yeah. Just use this hashtag, that's the most important part. And I think the deadline is, end of Sunday. I'm not too strict on that. So like, if you don't have time, just DM me that you need more time. But the generic timeline is until end of Sunday. And then I will go through all of the submissions and I will select my top 3 favorites and I will send you money. So first place gets 30 euros, second place gets 20 euros, and third place gets 10. We'll figure out the payment method after that, but like I have, bank, transfer, PayPal, whatever. So yeah, you can make money on this and you will learn the app in the process. And that's the talk. So I really want to thank you to the Glitch Cult for organizing all of this and inviting me, even though I didn't make the selection at the museum, but that's fine.
You made a selection here.
Yeah, no, I'm super happy. Just want to jab you a little bit, Also, a huge shout out to the people who made the glitch apps that got me started like 10 years ago. Delta doesn't exist anymore. They have a Facebook account. I DM'd them and they said it doesn't work. 8-bit Photo Lab and One Lab are actually made by one guy, a French developer, Francois something. He's an extremely talented programmer. Like, these apps are way deeper than my app, and that's already pretty deep, and they have nice UIs as well. So, yeah.
What's SLMSK?
That's one of the old Russian glitch apps.
Okay.
It's straight up on Play Store. You can still, actually, maybe you cannot download it. I think I found the installer on like the Wayback Machine. Yeah, there is an APK online. It's not like a great app today, but it still exists. And yeah, let's break some pixels and glitch, please. And I think that's it. Thank you. And I mean, if we have time, we have time for questions. Yeah?
Can you make an animation grid with more than a picture? With like 2-3 different pictures in the same grid? When you export an animation?
So the animation will take whatever is in this grid.
Okay.
So if you have, if you just have...
I go to the gallery and I upload different...
I actually forgot to show that. That's also something that's possible. You can straight up... There's add to grid. It's the third button.
Okay.
You can straight up just load your own images from your gallery and use the app just as an animation app, not a glitch app. So that's also possible. Yeah, like, this, and then they're in the grid, but they're not glitched. And you can export them as an animation. So good question. I forgot about that, yeah.
And for the challenge, we can try with just one picture.
So I was thinking it would be pretty cool for everyone to start with the same base image, because I know glitch cults and glitch groups. Usually, when they make challenges, they give you one image. So I think that shows creativity of different people more than if everyone has a different image. So. You can try to impress me if you have but I would like to stick to the default image, to this one. Okay, yeah?
Could you talk a little bit about the tech stack? How you built it?
Yes, it's Kotlin. It was made in Android Studio, and it was all made with Google Gemini 2.5. Because I had my old Python algorithms that I coded by hand, but I don't know Kotlin. I have no idea how to write an actual Android app. I just have the algorithms in Python, and I have a clear idea. So I coded all of this with AI. But the algorithms are like hand-coded, just it was transformed into an Android application with Google Gemini 2.5. And it took like 2 months, because I had a free account, and that LLM is not really that great. Like with Claude Code Opus today, I would code this in like 4 days, maybe. And you had a question as well.
Yeah, do you plan on making it possible to layer different algorithms to the same image?
It's already possible. Also forgot to show that. So let's just glitch. So whatever you have in the grid, you can go to the 3-dot menu and where is it? Use as source. So you can, obviously you can just save it and load it back, but you can stay in the app, load one of the glitched images as a source, and just glitch again. And you can go as many times as you want. So that's one of the 3-dot menu options. Any other questions?
I know about the exhibition.
Okay. Good. So again, thank you for coming and